man. Let's bring in our brother Kyle Draper. Drapes, they out here talking funny, boy. Some of these Warriors people, they out here talking funny about Sacramento.
Man, yeah, like I told you guys the other day when I saw you had Golden in one center, Warriors fans are new money. They first generation wealth, fellas. They don't, you know what I mean? They don't know. They're not a legacy franchise. I was listening to you guys the other day. They want to be the Lakers. They want to be the Celtics. They want to get that respect. And so how do they try to get that respect? They try to put down the Sacramento Kings when we just know 10 years ago, they were the Kings. You know what I mean? And so let's not get it twisted. I'm looking forward to this one. I know our city's going to represent. I know our team's going to represent. And, I was a little worried at first. I was like, I don't want to see the Warriors. Give me Pelicans. But I'm glad it's the Warriors because adds a little spice to it. And I'm excited for our guys.
Stay out your mentions tonight, boy. Them Twitter mentions is going to be hot at Kyle Draper tonight.
But hey,
I want all that smoke. Let's go.
This is Broad Street Drapes.
Oh, no doubt.
He ain't worried about
Drapes.
Broad Street Drapes. He ain't tripping about all that.
Hey, they don't know, right? They don't know. Hey,
they're gonna learn.
I'm from Philly, and you know your boy Bonte hates Philly. And I know you guys might too. But
yeah,
Bonte hates Philly. And so, no, I'm ready for it, man. I'm ready for that smoke.
Hey, by the way, before we leave Bonte, I heard this is a rumor, Kyle Draper. I heard this whole Warriors Kings thing started because Kyle Draper was in the control room at the NBC Sports Studios with his tie loosened up. Kings were beating the hell out of somebody, had his feet up on the desk, and started saying, it's time we get the big studio.
That is factual. That is true. And it's funny because, when we go to the studio in San Francisco, obviously a lot of Warriors fans down there.
Yeah.
And I say, man, it must feel nice. Y'all don't know what it's like covering the winning team this season, huh? So I hit them with it. I'm like, we up. We the best team this year. We've been number 3 all season long.
Right.
Warriors, struggled most of the season, and so I love to give it to them, and they need to start putting our respect. It's not like we backed into the playoffs or backed in and just got hot at the right minute. The Kings been good outside of the first 4 games all season long.
Yeah,
right. No, you're 100% correct, Drapes, man. And I look at this series, and I think it's a good matchup for the Kings. I've been saying that for a while. The style of play, some of the things that give the Kings problems, size, length, across the board, inside the paint, everything like that. They won't have to deal with that in this series. Obviously, they got to deal with the defending champs. Like that's the trade-off. But I do think that the style of play that the Golden State Warriors play and some of the things that they don't have, like I said, the size and the length, I think that plays into this particular Kings team's favor.
No, I agree, because when you look at the teams that have given the Kings trouble, whether it's Minnesota, even the Celtics with their length on the perimeter, at the 2, 3, or 4 spots. And so, the Warriors play a game that we like to play, and so I say, let's go. It's like being a sprinter. And, you just running 100-yard dash. Now, if you ask me to run a marathon, I might not be able to do that. But you coming into my wheelhouse, this is what I like to do. And so I think it's going to be interesting, man. I think the key, I got 2 keys for you guys. And this is something to watch. And I think this is why Mike Brown is going to be so perfect in this series. Against the Warriors, you cannot let the 8-0 runs turn into 15, 16, 17-0 runs. And as you guys know, Mike Brown is quick on those timeouts. So I don't think he'll let anything get out of hand. And 2, when you look at the Warriors and why they beat teams usually, it's because teams overreact to Draymond Green and Kevon Looney getting the ball at that foul line. I'm going to let Draymond be a finisher. I'm going to make Looney be a finisher. I don't want to get into too much rotation, overreact, come in and charge at Draymond just so he can kick it out to a wide open Jordan Poole 3. If Draymond wants to be a finisher, hey, he's going to have to average, And for Draymond, 15 points is a lot.
Ooh,
He's going to have to average.
That's like
100.
That's like 115 points.
Exactly. If I'm the Kings, I'm making Draymond be the finisher.
It'd be wild. Draymond holding a piece of paper that says 15, like
Will.
Yeah. Drapes, you've been around a ton of playoff basketball.
Yeah.
Are you buying into this experience thing? Have you witnessed that stuff where teams come new playoff teams, or as Marcus Thompson said yesterday, new booty come out a little shaky?
And I am worried about that. Game one, it's like being a starting quarterback in the Super Bowl for the first time. That first drive, you're going to have some jitters. You're going to be a little nervous. And so I think if you're the Kings, that's why game one is so important. That's why getting off to a good start is so important. The Warriors are a team, that they've proven that, they can get down early. Shoot, last year against the Celtics, everybody had the Celtics winning after game four, and the Warriors came back. And so I do put a little bit in that. But once the ball is in the air, once you get smacked in the mouth a little bit, you get that taste. I think it comes down to basketball after that.
Right.
And so I think the Kings, that first quarter is going to be key, because if they respond in that first quarter, then we got ourselves a series.
You have I know you gave us two keys for the series, but do you have like a player X factor? Like mine, for instance, I think Malik Monk is going to have a big series. I think he's going to be one of those guys like what they call Andrew Toney, the Boston Strangler.
Yeah,
like where Boston was just like, man, this guy's a nightmare. I think Malik Monk is going to end up being that for the Warriors in this series. Is there a specific player that you look at outside of the big names that you think could have a really big series?
No, I agree with you. I honestly think Malik Monk is a really good litmus test for this team. When he's playing well, when he's cooking, that usually means the Sacramento Kings are cooking. And so I look at him and Kevin Huerter. If either of those two guys are flowing, if they get 19, 20 or more points, we know Fox is going to get his. Sabonis is going to do that. I think, those two guys are going to be key. We can also throw in Keegan Murray, too. I mean, if he's cooking, if he's knocking down 5 or 6 threes, if he's matching Jordan Poole, that might be an interesting thing to keep an eye on, the Keegan Murray, Jordan Poole stat line, because we've seen Jordan Poole disappear at times during the regular season. And so if Jordan Poole is cooking, then that means I'm worried. But if Keegan's cooking, man, that adds such a whole different dimension to our squad. And so I know I threw out like 3 or 4 different players, but I agree with you with Malik Monk, Kevin Huerter, and I'm going to throw Keegan Murray in there also.
Playoff Keeks. Yeah. Drapes, what's I don't know that everybody's aware of this. What's your role this weekend?
Man, my role is to be everything all the time, bro. You know how I am, man. I'm a Kings ambassador. No, we got pre and post game this Saturday, man. Hour pre-game, probably an hour post-game, right from our usual location at Golden One Center. So NBC Sports California, we're going to do our regular thing, man. Even though we don't have the game on Saturday, we'll still do our pre and post game coverage.
Well, I got to come by and say what's up, man. See what shoes you got on, man.
Yeah, that was really the last question. Is what I mean? Have you picked them out? I picked mine out like a month ago.
Did you really? I haven't even thought about it, bro.
Well, that's how you roll.
He's a playoff veteran, man.
That's how Drapes roll.
Exactly. I know y'all got the fit picked out too. I know Damian's gonna come in there swagged out, man. I can't wait to see it.
Well, we do. Well, yeah. Oh, I'm gonna look good. That's for sure. I believe we have TV responsibilities that night, so it'll be. I think I'll have a strong Drapes look.
Okay.
I
don't think I'm going with a blazer, man.
But that's not your look, though. That's fine.
Yeah, I look nice, though.
You look good.
It ain't gonna be no hoodie. I'll tell you that. It's gonna look nice.
I have no doubt. I've been to your family events. I know how nice they are.
And you know what? The thing about this game, fellas, you got to come correct, because this might be in the history books 20 years from now when we look back at pictures from this game and everything. You got to make sure you looking straight.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good call. You don't want to be the weirdo in the yearbook picture. That's a
right,
good call, Drapes. That's a good call right there. Drapes, we appreciate you, man. Can't wait to see you Saturday.
All right, fellas. I'll see you guys soon.